Warning: the things stated in this video are merely my opinion on subjects and matters, and I do not claim them or believe them to be fact. I do not believe myself to be better than anybody else, but sometimes you just have to go with a logical choice. So this is just an opinion, and with that we'll start this video. So for those of you who watch my channel, it's sort of apparent that I don't normally do rants. I mean, I actually do. It's not a lot of videos tend to go up. The only one on my channel is about Nelson Mandela being, when he died, and the fact that Nelson Mandela was not on a top 10 list of rants. Maybe he was, I don't remember. It's been a long time since I've done that video, but I do tend to do rants about I tend to do rants about things and put them in video form. A lot of times they don't go up on my channel, mostly because I'm too drunk to do them, but this is before work, so I'm not drunk. Hopefully I'll remember where I put it and make it into a functioning video. This was recorded on Saturday, August 29th, and I woke up this morning and decided to hop on my computer before taking a shower. And I was presented with, of course, my homepage is Yahoo, with a Yahoo News article about a woman who refuses to give gay couples a marriage license. Now, homosexuality, I sort of have a personal stake in because I am related to homosexual peoples, but this just kind of doesn't make sense to me. It starts off with a woman who is a county clerk, and for those of you who don't know what a county clerk is, it is a government position that you are either elected into or it is bestowed upon you via powers above you within a government branch. She decides not to give these gay couples their marriage license because it is against her religious belief. Now, it's been a while since I've been in school, but I'm fairly certain that most, if not all, people up into my generation, even probably a little beyond that, were taught about separation of church and state. Now, I don't know if there's any videos out there on YouTube on, the Heads channel or my channel where I pretty much just, seem like I'm against religious views. I'm actually not. Personally, I can see the merit in having religion because some people cannot find the strength within themselves to do things. So it's just as easy for them to latch onto a religious power for strength as it is for, say, me to find strength within myself to continue doing things and, just generally living in general. Do I agree with a lot of religious things? No. Specifically giving money to a church, considering they're, tax exempt. I don't think you should give money to a church. I mean, I understand donations. Donations are something you give of the heart. They don't make you give money. But a lot of people within a church will give you the stink eye if you don't put money in a collection plate. And trust me, most of my high school years I spent getting a lot of stink eyes from people in church because of that. But I won't hold it against them. Now, when I was in school, we were taught of a little something called separation of church and state. Now, from what I remember, it is that religion has no place within the confines of government. They're two separate entities. They're not one and the same. But, as we can plainly see through elections of presidential candidates and what have you, religion tends to play a big part in politics. In fact, my grandmother and her no spring chicken hen friends all tend to voted for religious candidates, or presidential candidates who were in the religion that they were, without listening to any of their politics. Now, sometimes their politics are governed by their beliefs via the religion, but I don't think that should be a big factor in anything. People are going to come up with their own opinion either way, but to me, it just does not make sense to me to have religion play a part in how you think about things that have nothing to do with religion. And that may just be me, maybe a bunch of other people, I don't know, but as I was saying before I went off on this tangent, separation of church and state, it should be right there. It's the thing that keeps schools from telling teachers that they have to teach about God and stuff in their school. Now, there are some schools who touch on the subject as more of a way to study humans and their social behaviors, their evolution, what have you. Just kind of talking about, mythologies, like you would any other people, like the Greeks and the Romans, who have similar religious views to each other. Their mythologies are very similar. In fact, I think the only difference is that they changed some of the names of their gods, but I'm not getting off topic yet again. When you are a government employee, you should not be allowed to use your religious views to try and say, no, I don't want to do this. She goes on to claim that it is protected under her First Amendment right. And I've just, I've been sitting here going, well, yeah, the amendments and the Bill of Rights in general, they don't give us these rights. These rights are supposed to be something that people all have from the get-go. And I totally agree. That is, her belief in not giving those license to those people are protected under her First Amendment right. Her freedom of speech allows her to believe that she should not have to give gay people marriage license due to her religion. But as a member of the government, you have to take orders. You have to take what is given to you by the higher-ups. Gay marriage is allowed, so they're allowed to have marriage license, and you have to give them their marriage license even if it conflicts. You have to sit there and take it. You have to bear and grin. I'm not even drunk and I'm rambling. I'm so sorry. You just have to grin and bear it. That's all you can do. You have to sit there and do what is expected of you in your position as a government employee. Now, granted, she does have rights. I'm not going to deny that. She has the right to deny them, just like she has the right to go find a job somewhere else. And I know that sounds harsh, but if her beliefs are going to conflict with what she's doing in her job's position, she's going to have to find another source of work, because she is a government employee, and I know I keep saying this, but she has to follow what the government sets forth. So she's trying to find any sort of quote-unquote asylum for her conscience, which I originally thought they were shoving her in an insane asylum because of how she believes, because Yahoo tends to get word things weirdly, and I tend to read them incorrectly. So, but she has a lawyer, and she's trying to get the lawyer to help her be validated for this, to not have to give them a marriage license. Now, according to the article, she's trying to take it to, I believe it was, she's filed something with the Supreme Court. Now, the Supreme Court, I'm pretty sure, they were the ones that said gay marriage was legal. And I know my voice is going in and out because I keep getting closer to the microphone because I can't read from this distance, but I'm pretty sure that they were the ones that decided that gay marriage should be legalized. And I know there's I'm pretty sure there was, what was it? I'm not big on my government, obviously, but since I live in America, I have the freedom not to have to learn about it because I don't care. But I don't care about the inner mechanisms. I probably should, because a lot of things tend to piss me off about them, but I'm pretty sure that there was a vote and a majority of the Supreme Court judges ruled in favor of it, so the chances of her getting a different outcome are very slim. I'm not going to say that there's a 100% chance she's not going to get the outcome, because I sort of believe in science, and science always says that you should account for error. So whenever you say something like that, it's 99.99%. I'm 99.99% certain that this woman is going to get the exact same answer that she's been getting from the Supreme Court since they ruled in favor of it. So, but her lawyer does not want to give up on it, and he's trying to get it passed through to the court to see if they can get it so that she doesn't have to do it. But the other lawyer is, obviously against it, obviously, and he calls it meritless. I don't believe any action is meritless, especially if it's something that you have a belief in, and if you have the passion to go for it, go for it. But it does seem sort of useless when you think about it, because the Supreme Court already ruled in favor of it. So, but the problem with it is that if they tell her that she has to do it and she continues to refuse, she will face jail time and possible fines. Now, apparently, it's pretty impossible. I forgot to state this woman's name. I am so sorry. Her name is Kim Davis, by the way. I'll put a link in the article for the article. But Kim Davis, she's already said that she's not going to step down from her job, and that she will never give them their license. So she can't be fired from her position because it's an elected office. But she can be put in jail until she, agrees to give them their license. And if she doesn't, there's the possibility of the people impeaching her, which sort of makes sense, to be honest. But according to this article, there have been Republican presidents of the state Senate who have rallied for her the last couple of weeks. So, yeah, this is why I tend to stay out of politics, because there's two parts to it. There's a third-party system, obviously, but the problem with it is that they don't get any coverage because they don't have the money to get the news behind them to back them up. It's sort of basically, it's just Republicans and Democrats in this sense, and it's a 50-50. It's always going to be a toss-up because we can never get one side to agree with the other. If we had a third part of our government that was neutral to both sides and just looked at the logical sense, we might get some stuff done. I don't honestly believe that we're going to end up having everything go according to plan, because sometimes things sound better on paper than they do in practice. Just take communism, for example. On paper, it sounds like it would really work, but as we've seen in practice, not so much. So, with that in mind, I just wanted to kind of throw that out there and get my rants on it. She's gonna keep turning them down, so I don't know how this is gonna turn out. I might rant on it later if I find out about what happened, but that's my opinion. So if you like this video, go ahead and leave a like, go ahead and comment. Even if you didn't, you can hate it, you can downvote it, whatever, I don't care. Go ahead and post your opinion. I will try to comment on them as much as I can. I'll try not to be a big huge asshole about it. I try not to. I mean, in my videos, I can come off as an asshole about certain things, but that's because it's for entertainment purposes. So, also, if you like this video, you can go ahead and check out my channel. If you like My Little Pony related stuff, I've got a small amount of reviews that I haven't worked on in a while because I got a job. So, and if you don't like it, you can go ahead and, call me a pony-loving faggot. I don't care. I will still comment on your comment, and we will continue to comment into a huge comment chain, and we will start a social link, and my Arcana will grow and grow. 50 points to Gryffindor for whoever gets that fucking reference. It's a not super nerdy reference, but it's a super weeaboo reference. So, with that in mind, if you like video games being played, if you like watching a drunk guy stumble through an RPG terribly and then not put something up because his dog vomited on his keyboard, then go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and subscribe if you hate me. That way, you'll always know when I have a video out so you can say I suck. So, with that in mind, thank you and have a pleasant day.